Welcome to Ping 24 Updates, where you get the most important news and stories from around the world every day. Subscribe my channel and click the bell icon to stay informed. The world was stunned today, August 23, 2025, as tensions in the West Philippine Sea erupted into chaos. Philippine supply vessels on a routine mission to Ayungin Shoal found themselves blocked by Chinese Coast Guard ships, an all-too-familiar standoff. But this time, a Philippine drone captured a dramatic twist. A massive Chinese warship, in a reckless maneuver, collided with its own smaller cutter while chasing a Philippine patrol boat. The collision sent shockwaves through the international community. The footage went viral, exposing a moment of pure chaos and shattering China's narrative of professionalism at sea. For years, China blamed others for escalation, but this time, the evidence was undeniable: a self-inflicted blunder. The Philippine vessels seized the moment, slipping through the disorganized blockade to complete their mission. Filipino sailors stood their ground and watched as their aggressor's own hubris became its downfall. This incident is more than a maritime accident. It's a symbol of rising risks and exposed vulnerabilities. The world saw a determined Philippines, not backing down, but holding its own against a giant. The collision has fundamentally altered the narrative in the West Philippine Sea. It's a turning point Beijing cannot easily spin away. The event has sent ripples across the geopolitical landscape. It highlights the increasing risks China is willing to take and the consequences of unchecked aggression. For the Philippines, it was vindication and proof of their sailors' skill under pressure. The footage is now a rallying point for those demanding respect for international law. The world is watching, and the balance of power is shifting. The Philippines has shown it can stand firm even in the face of overwhelming odds. This is a new chapter in the struggle for the West Philippine Sea. For years, the South China Sea was a story of David versus Goliath, China's dominance, the Philippines' defiance. But the collision at Ayungin Shoal signals a deeper shift. The Philippines is transforming, awakening to the urgent need to defend its sovereignty. With public support, the government is modernizing its armed forces, especially the Navy and Coast Guard. The old power dynamic is cracking. The Philippines is moving from passive defense to active deterrence, making aggression costly for any adversary. The goal isn't to match China ship for ship, but to create an asymmetric advantage through technology, alliances, and local knowledge. Now, every act of aggression is met with a swift public response. Philippine vessels are assertive, professional, and backed by a growing network of international partners. The balance of power isn't equal yet, but it's shifting. The Philippines is emerging as a key player in a free and open Indo-Pacific. The old story is being rewritten: one patrol, one alliance, one act of courage at a time. China can no longer assume its tactics will go unchallenged. The region is watching, and the Philippines is rising. At the heart of this transformation is the Philippine Navy's modernization. Gone are the days of outdated, hand-me-down ships. New warships like the Jose Rizal-class frigates equipped with advanced missiles and sensors now patrol the West Philippine Sea. These ships are not just deterrents, they're a statement. The Philippines will defend its waters. The Navy is on the verge of acquiring submarines, adding stealth and strategic depth. Submarines force adversaries to think twice, introducing uncertainty beneath the waves. Training and doctrine have evolved, with Filipino sailors participating in advanced joint exercises with allies. The focus is on building a professional, highly skilled force. Modernization includes new missile systems, radar stations, and drones, creating a layered defense. The archipelagic defense strategy aims to make the Philippines a much harder target. Progress is undeniable. The Navy is evolving from coastal defense to a true maritime power. It's a long-term project, but the momentum is real. The Philippine Navy is now capable of projecting strength and safeguarding the nation's future. Every new ship, every new skill is a step toward security. The era of vulnerability is ending. The Philippines isn't facing these challenges alone. Its alliance with the United States, anchored by the Mutual Defense Treaty, is stronger than ever. Washington has made clear an attack on Philippine forces in the South China Sea will trigger mutual defense commitments. This isn't just rhetoric, it's backed by joint exercises, military aid, and real-world cooperation. The annual Balikatan drills have grown, sharpening interoperability between U.S. and Philippine forces. Beyond the U.S., Japan has become a key security partner, providing modern patrol vessels and participating in joint exercises. Australia, too, is deepening defense ties, training with Filipino forces and enhancing trilateral cooperation. These partnerships form a collective security network, making unilateral aggression far riskier. The alliances aren't about provoking conflict, they're about preventing it. Together, these nations uphold freedom of navigation and international law. The Philippines is building a united front with like-minded democracies. Strategic partnerships are now a pillar of national defense. The message is clear: the Philippines is not alone. On the front lines of daily tension is the Philippine Coast Guard. The PCG has become a professional, assertive force, eyes and ears on the water. Their mission: enforce maritime law, protect fishermen, and document aggression. In the gray zone struggle, the PCG meets Chinese tactics with transparency and professionalism. Armed with cameras and courage, they expose illegal actions to the world. Protecting Filipino fishermen is at the heart of their mission. The PCG provides escorts and stands as a shield against harassment. Modernization has brought larger, better-equipped patrol vessels, thanks to partners like Japan and France. Enhanced surveillance and communication allow for more effective coordination. The PCG's bravery and new capabilities make it indispensable to national defense. They prove that defending a nation isn't just about warships, it's about upholding the law and protecting livelihoods. Every patrol is a stand for sovereignty. The blue frontier is in good hands. The fight for the West Philippine Sea is also waged in the halls of diplomacy. The Philippines has launched a proactive campaign, championing the 2016 arbitral tribunal ruling that invalidated China's expansive claims. Filipino diplomats now press this case at the UN, ASEAN, and in bilateral talks worldwide. The message: this isn't just a territorial dispute, it's about international law and freedom of the seas. The world is listening. European nations have increased their naval presence, conducting freedom of navigation operations. The Philippines is no longer a lone voice, it's joined by the G7, EU, India, South Korea, and more. This coalition isolates China and raises the cost of its aggression. Diplomatic pressure is backed by evidence from the PCG and the growing strength of the Navy. Military modernization and skillful diplomacy work hand in hand. The strategy: build a coalition for peace and stability, grounded in respect for international law. The Philippines is leading by example. The world is rallying to its side. Behind the headlines are stories of courage, of Filipino sailors, Marines, and fishermen. On the BRP Sierra Madre at Ayungin Shoal, Marines endure isolation and constant intimidation, yet remain steadfast. Every flag they raise, every resupply mission, is an act of defiance and patriotism. These Marines and the sailors who support them embody the nation's unbreakable will. Fishermen too continue to sail contested waters despite harassment and danger. For them, fishing is more than a job, it's identity and survival. Their refusal to be intimidated is a quiet, powerful resistance. This resilience is the foundation of the nation's strategy. A modern navy is nothing without brave crews. Strong alliances mean little without a united people. The Filipino spirit, unyielding and proud, fuels this transformation. From government to fishing villages, unity is the nation's strength. The world sees not just ships, but the courage behind them. The Philippines stands firm because its people do. The Philippine Navy's transformation is more than a military upgrade. It's a symbol of national pride. For years, Filipinos watched helplessly as foreign vessels encroached on their waters. Now, new warships flying the Philippine flag inspire confidence and self-respect. This pride isn't about aggression, it's about dignity and standing up for what's right. The Navy and Coast Guard embody the nation's resolve and sovereignty. Their actions show the world that the Philippines is equal to any nation, with rights that must be respected. National pride unites Filipinos across political divides. Public support fuels continued investment in defense and diplomacy. Sailors and Coast Guard crews know they have the nation behind them. The Navy is a symbol of aspiration, a secure, prosperous, respected Philippines. These ships are instruments of peace, protecting trade and resources for future generations. The rise of the Navy is the story of a nation reclaiming its destiny. The West Philippine Sea marks a new era for the Philippines. The nation's message is clear: it will not surrender its sovereign rights or be intimidated. The era of passive acceptance is over. Now is the time for active, principled defense. This resolve is shown through confident action, not threats. The Philippines' strength comes from unity: military, diplomats, and people working together. International partners amplify this unity, building a coalition for a free and open Indo-Pacific. The Philippines proves that even a medium-sized nation can stand up to a superpower by rallying the world to a rules-based order. The journey is ongoing with challenges ahead, but the trajectory is clear, growing strength and self-reliance. The Navy's rise is about national character, courage, resilience, and pride. The Philippines will not be a bystander, it will shape its own destiny. The message from the archipelago is simple: we are here, this is ours, and we will defend it. Fend.